This is Rick Deckard being human. Now, in the last video, I defended the replicant believers, but this time I'm going to defend the human believers. And I actually have more of a coherent thing to say, because if you watch the last video, I was kind of struggling to defend the replicant believers, because there is more of a character arc if he is a human. Like, if he is a replicant, it takes away the whole point of the story. Like, it's supposed to be like a human trying to determine if it's actually humane to take out these replicants, because they're not actually dangerous. Like, they are dangerous, but it's only because they're being provoked by humans. So if he is a human, there is a character arc for him. Like, it starts out with him being sort of morose and quiet, and then he meets a replicant and falls in love with it. Like, and the movie becomes Rick Deckard trying to figure out if he wants to continue being a Blade Runner, taking out these replicants, or maybe there could be another way to do this. Like, there could be another solution to dealing with the replicants instead of just killing them. Like, it becomes more on a story of like, it's kind of like Dances with the Wolves. I'm bringing that reference up, where the main character, like in that movie, he used to think Native Americans were savage, but when he joined their tribe and learned their ways and became with them, he ended up destroying the image that Native Americans are savages and that they shouldn't be destroyed, and that they're the monsters that trying to destroy them. Like, that's what Blade Runner is, except instead of Native Americans, it's replicants. So that's one thing the human believers have over the replicant believers. They have more of a story. But what people want to know is there evidence supporting that he's a human? And it kind of leans on, the evidence leans on to him being a replicant, because the unicorn thing, which a lot of people say is the definitive evidence that Rick Deckard is a replicant. And I can kind of see what they're trying to get at, but there are a lot of plot holes to that theory. Like, when you dream, like, you can dream about what dreams are. You just dream about what you saw during the day, and he saw a unicorn, so he dreamt about a unicorn. Like, it's a simple human thing. I mean, like, sure, it takes away the significance of the scene and it just becomes a random scene of him dreaming about a unicorn, but it's not a definitive it's not definitive that he dreamt about the unicorn because he's a replicant. Like, it could mean anything. He could just have dreamt of a unicorn because, I don't know, he likes unicorns. And there's also, like, a lot of things that replicant believers say that can actually be refuted. Like some people say when got the name of the girl, the black-haired girl, I forgot her name, sorry. I'll probably fix that later. When his replicant girlfriend mentions, "Have you taken the Void Camp test?" and she goes to him and he's sleeping. Some people say, since he never mentioned he took the test, he's a replicant. But he never said no. That's what I'm trying to get at. And all those little weird quirks that Harrison Ford was doing, it's not certain that he's doing it because he's a replicant. I mean, like, when he's climbing the roof, and some people say that he had superhuman strength, which is evidence. It doesn't say that he's a replicant. It just means maybe he had an adrenaline rush. And there's all sorts of, like, small things that can be refuted. He has to be if he's a human, there's more of a reason why he could be human if you watch the movie. Like, if you watch the movie as thinking that Rick Deckard is human, the audience has more of an emotional attachment to it because he's a human. Like, if he's a replicant, the audience can't really connect with him because he's not a real person. Like this, like his character arc is supposed to be, if he's a replicant, his character arc's more on someone else who is a replicant, because the whole movie is about the sufferings of well, the movie is about prejudice. So if it really falls onto who they can relate more, and since no real person can be a replicant, he has to be. It makes more sense that he's human. And there's all sorts of scenes in this movie that um that lean on the story making him a human, because the climactic scene with Rutger Hauer, he's like, he says, you should enjoy your life, and because I've seen things, I've seen all these sorts of stuff, and that it's time to die. Like, he's telling Harrison Ford to cherish his life because he can never have his life, because he has like a limited time to live. Like, that scene's significance is destroyed if Harrison Ford is a replicant. And replicant believers can argue that, like, there's more evidence to support that he's a replicant, but there's more of a reason why he should be human than he should be a replicant. So it really depends on which one you want. Do you want, are you supporting that he's a replicant because there's more evidence, or do you want to support the human believers because there's more of a reason for him to be a human? It really depends, and personally, I see it both ways. Like, I enjoy the movie regardless, so I don't really care. Like, you guys can comment and say whatever you guys want, but that's my thoughts on Blade Runner.